Hi, and welcome to my Tuesday evening live card making tutorial. We're going to use the Retiring Magic Meadow bundle to make a clean and simple Winter Wishes card. We put another Christmas into the history, but we got a long winter ahead of us, and so we'll be able to make winter cards. Let me introduce myself. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 22 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. And so we have Miss J from North Carolina is joining us. Well, hello. And you know what? This evening, I'm going to have a drawing for a full package of accessories from the January through April, well, we'll have to put this down, I'll show you that later. The January through April 2024 Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog. Now, because it's Stampin' Up! Product, unfortunately, I can only mail to U.S. addresses per Stampin' Up! Rules. And so I'm going to, well, hello, Miss Patricia. And so let me show you. I'm using a new piece of software tonight, and I'm hoping it all goes well, because it'll be the first time. Oh, in my audio. Boy, the last one wasn't so great. Sorry about that. And so I talked with StreamYard, and they told me to make some adjustments. So if I'm fading in and out, let me know, and we'll see if I can do something different. Hopefully, their suggestions will work really well. So look, this is what I have. There we go. So in the comments, add #SpringMini, all one word, so this software can find your comment to be entered into the drawing. So you can just add that anywhere into your comment, and we'll have that drawing at the end of the video. Okay, this will be fun. So I think I learned after I had already advertised that, I don't know that I had to have a keyword, but I had already advertised it, so we'll do that this evening. All right, so here's a look at the Magical Meadow bundle. So this stamp set just tickled, it's gorgeous. And then we have coordinating dies, and so we've got dies to die cut all of these images, not the words, but all of these other images. And look, there are so many, there are 2 sheets of them. And then you have these intricate dies. Very nice bundle. The designer series paper that coordinates with it, Winter Meadow, I believe. Oh, okay. So let's see. From someone from Pensacola. Oh, Carol from Pensacola. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. And I lost my train of thought, but that's not unusual for me. Oh, okay. So the designer series paper, it's carrying over, and so I guess I know I didn't look carefully enough at the carryover list. I thought because the designer paper was carrying over and this was more wintry than just specifically Christmas, I thought it was carrying over. It is not. This is retiring and available only through January 3rd, 2024 in my online store, www.shopwithshelley.com, unless supplies run out first. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to do some stamping and then some die cutting. Let's set this aside. And what I have here is some basic white cardstock. Whenever you're stamping, you want a crisp, clean image. And the way you do that is, and you want white, you use the basic white cardstock. Did I say basic white? I hope I did. It was whisper white for the longest time. Basic white. It has a smooth, tight finish to give you the crisp, clean images. Well, hi, Miss Carla from Pennsylvania. We're so glad you're joining us. And so the ink pad I'll be using today, because it coordinates with that gorgeous paper, is a Blueberry Bushel Classic Stampin' Pad. You know, and when I was looking at the colors, Misty Moonlight was one of them. I thought, oh, this will just be too bright. It worked out beautifully. All right, so what we're going to do is pick this lid up, slide that in, and then I have, so the stamp is bigger than it looks. You know, it's not pictured at actual size on here. So it's definitely bigger. It says it's shown at 80%. So 20% bigger makes quite a difference. So we'll come over here and click. And let's see, Miss Carol, I'm having a drawing this evening, and you need to add that into a comment sometime before the end of before the drawing, at the end of the video, with hashtag Spring Mini. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I just, okay, let's remove that and bring that back. Okay, so ink this up, and I'm going to stamp on here. I'm just holding it down for a little bit extra long because this is a pretty solid stamp. Isn't that gorgeous? Look how that color fades in and out. Love it. Okay, and so then we have the other set of trees. I'm going to use both of those, and let's come in here and we can stamp like this. Hold that down a little extra long. So this is a clear mount, you know, the red rubber. And I mount it onto a clear mount block and use the blocks over and over and over. It's fantastic, the clear mount stamps, because we can see, or the cling, they're the cling. We can see around where we're stamping, but then it takes so much less space on our stamp shelves, our stamp case shelves, right? And that brought down the cost of stamps too. All right, so we've got this done, and we'll be die cutting that with these open dies, but I also want to use this intricate die, and it's pretty, well, intricate. So to make my life easier, and yours too when you do this, I have here some blueberry bushel cardstock. I'm doing what's called a monochromatic card. I'm doing everything in blueberry bushel. The cardstock, the embellishments, the ink, and then with the neutral of the white. And so this is an adhesive sheet. This is going to turn my blueberry bushel into a self-adhesive die cut. And there's a split on this one. So I'll take this off, and I make the adhesive sheets a little bit smaller than the cardstock, because if I made them exactly the same size, I probably wouldn't, right? Because I'm a human hand cutting these. And if it's not perfectly on there and it goes over the edge when it goes in the die cutting machine, that adhesive that ends up sticking with all that pressure onto my cutting plate. Not good. And I also want one in white, but I went ahead and put the adhesive sheet on that. Okay, so now that we have that done, we are ready to die cut. And I have my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and let's move back out. There we go. And I love how this folds up because it's a smaller profile. Back behind me, I don't know if you can see when I have the whole camera out there, I had, when I had my craft room remodeled and the cabinets were all made for me, I said, hey, I want a place to be able to tuck away my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So this and my mini and all of my dies are in that little cubby, and it works out so well. And that this folds up, like I said, that smaller profile. Okay, so now what we need to do is build what is called a sandwich. And we will start with plate number 1. And all these plates are included with the purchase of a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we need to get to the appropriate thickness. And so because we have a thin metal die, we need a plate number 2. And we'll be die cutting right into something. So we'll use a plate number 3. That something is a cutting plate. All right. And so then we have our cardstock. You know what, I'll do, well, I can do one of these at the same time. All right, so let's grab our dies. This die, that rough edge, that's the cutting edge. So we'll place that down. And I just need for it to stay on it. I don't need to be as particular as I will be with these next 2 dies. Okay. And so this I need to center around it, and I want to hold it in place. So what I will use is this low-tack adhesive. I believe it's Crafter's Companion. And if you're on YouTube, I have a link to it under the screen. Oh, thank you. Well, let me put that up while I am playing around, because I appreciate that. Miss Patricia says, give me a thumbs up, and I sure would appreciate that. I would appreciate that so much. All right, so even though this is a low-tack adhesive, I still go ahead and put it on my finger to get off even more of the stickiness. Okay, so I'm going to center this around. And that's looking pretty decent. You know, I say this every time when I'm back behind me, I've got a raised area and I stand up and do my die cutting. So we'll see how good this is from this angle. And then this for here. And I want another piece of this. You can also use a Post-it note to temporarily hold it in place. You can use washi tape. And I reuse pieces. I end up, oh, I have one actually on the edge right here. Didn't see that. Until it's just not as sticky as I would like. Okay. I'm having a hard time seeing through my fingers. And if I am, I'm sure you are too. That looks pretty decent. Okay, so let's go ahead. And then we finish with another plate number 3. Place it on top. You don't want to scoot it on because then just everything scoots. So place it on. And then we crank it through. And I just love how smooth it is. There we go. And so with this intricate one, there we go. Look, we have all the adhesive already on there for us, and so that'll be wonderful. Let's see how, and I need to do that one more time with the basic white that I have. So you definitely want the adhesive down because I want that to be the back of it. Okay, and we'll do that, and then we'll put this aside because we'll have all the die cutting done. And so for anybody joining us, it messes up the screen a little bit, but I'm having a drawing at the end for a full package of embellishments from the January through April 2024 Stampin' Mini Catalog. And let me show you what that will be. I can't show you the inside yet, but it will be the hearts and the adhesive back hearts and flowers. Aren't these adorable? Oh, and I just love the colors. And so, you know what, these will also be in my share. I'm doing a paper and accessory share. You can do the paper only or the paper and accessory share from this catalog. And if you're on YouTube, I have a link under the video to that where you get a generous portion of everything, all the new paper and accessories in the mini catalog. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is so good. Love it. Let's save that tape and let's see how this one turned out. And look, that came off without, oh, fantastic. Everything looks so good. So we'll put these back on here. Okay. And let's see how these all came out for us. Oh, that's popping out real nicely. When I was designing, oh, hi, Miss Margaret from Virginia. You know, I wasn't sure where I was going with it, so I don't start with the adhesive sheets when I'm still designing because I never know what's getting discarded or if it'll even be used. And I use the multi-purpose liquid glue, but this is so much easier. And we'll need to find that break in it and get it going. I'm not ready for that yet, but all right, let's see how this one came out. And let me show you. I'm going to add this for everyone watching. I never would have, okay, I'm seeing, I would have never thought to stamp the trees in blueberry bushel. Oh, yes, I can be very traditional, but this is a monochromatic card. And I thought, yeah, let's just go for it. You know, we're the artists and we can do stuff like that. Okay, I can see the break on this one. So we'll just go ahead and get it started maybe right now. And then that'll be really easy when I'm ready to put on my card. You know what, I don't know that did it go through all the way for us? You know, if not, I have one ready because I did 3 of them and only ended up using 2. You know, I had that at the very end and maybe I didn't have as good of contact. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it's fun sometimes to step out of the box and use different colors. And I chose my colors because of the DSP and the pattern in it. All right, I don't want to keep fighting with that. I have one over here already done. And probably later when I go to use it, I'll go, oh, that was so easy. Why didn't I do that on camera? But yeah, all right. So we've got all of this. Fantastic. This is really an easy card. And see, this is the pattern I chose. Gorgeous, isn't it? And the blueberry bushel just worked well beautifully with it. It was one of the, I was thinking it was Misty Moonlight. It wasn't. You know what? I also want to show you, there's another really cool die in here. This snowflake, aren't these pretty? Can you see? There we go. See those snowflakes? Well, they don't die cut out. They die cut an impression and some holes right into your cardstock. And I don't know if you can see this. There, if I turn the angle just right. I didn't end up incorporating this into my design. Hi, Miss Chris. I was combining your name, Chris and Neil, from North Carolina. And it didn't end up incorporating it into it, but I just thought that was so cool and had to show you. Very nice. So I just put it down and ran it through over and over and over, you know, to fill that whole sheet. Very cool. So let me show you again. So for everyone watching, I am having a drawing at the end of the video, and to get into it with this piece of software that hopefully works, you need to add hashtag Spring Mini, all one word, in with a comment. Okay, there we go. So I have here some more, this is basic white thick cardstock because I'm going to put it up on dimensionals, and I just like the body of it. So we will place this right here, and my plan was, because I don't care for a raw edge. Do I need to come back in a little bit from using the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine? I don't care for usually just that, well, we'll say raw, usually I say naked, edge. And so I'll end up covering it with another piece of cardstock, DSP ribbon, but I decided instead to use these stamped images. I'm going to just place them for right now, because I want to figure out where my greeting, because it will nestle in. Okay. And we'll bring back the blueberry bushel classic stamp pad. We'll pick that lid up, push that in, and I'm hoping, I'm not wishing I had grabbed my stamping sleeves. I knew I was forgetting something. So I'm getting this. Look at that font. The winter, I like the font of that, and I like a mix of fonts. So we'll nestle this in right here. Very nice. So what I like about winter wishes, it could be a thinking of you. It can be anything, right? Anything you want. Thinking of you, birthday, anniversary. All right, so let's start removing. And we will take our Stampin' Seal. Really like this adhesive. Where it's opaque, I put my finger there. Sometimes I have to get it going. And we want this flush to the bottom and side to side. Okay, classic Stampin' pads. They're die pads, water-based, and look at that. I mean, I had my hand all on there, touching that as I was putting this down, and it's already dry. I just really like the convenience of that. So this, we have the multi-purpose liquid glue I put on and let it air dry, and it becomes translucent. And so it's repositionable. And now on this, I need to find where that break was in the adhesive sheets. So I'm wondering if I'll be wishing I had just gone ahead and used the multi-purpose liquid glue. Oh, hey, 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 I found it there. Okay, so it's right around here somewhere. And let's look in. Hi, Miss Gail. Thank you for coming and watching tonight. My clean and simple. Oh, this is cracking me up. Oh, this is lifting up. I think maybe I'm finding it. Okay. There we go. Still quicker than waiting for the multi-purpose glue to go from white to clear. Ah, there we go. Okay. If you could see my face, it's beet red. Oh, good, good, good. All right. We got it. I think I see a little bit more right here because it was separating for us. Let's see who else is checking in. Oh, okay. Fantastic. I'm so excited. I hope that software works. And if it doesn't, I will just go ahead and do the drawings like I was because I can see your names and I'll post the winner on Facebook regardless if the software works. Okay. We are in good shape. So let's have a look. I want to, the white on white. Do you like that? Oh, I didn't want this piece down yet. I'm okay, really I am. Let's go ahead and I do change my mind. That's where on the spatula, on the take your pick tool, it comes in handy so I can get up and underneath when I do change my mind and need to take up a layer. But I don't think I need to take up the whole thing. We just want to get it underneath. And I want this around my greeting, but not that close, a little bit further. Or I could have taken my paper snips and trimmed it off a little bit. All right. Let's just pick up the whole thing. Gently though, gently, gently. It does a good job separating. I don't know if anyone else has used their spatula for that. That's probably what it gets used the most for me. Okay. Then it just hides all those ends. Let me come down just a tad bit more. How's the audio sounding? Better than last week for anyone else who was here last week or caught the replay? Isn't that pretty? That white on white is just fabulous. And then we'll come up over here and add that splash of color. All right, now we're ready for this. Let's see. Oh, okay. Miss, I can't see tonight for some reason. Let's just put this up here. Said she wouldn't have thought of using a spatula for that. Yeah. And let's go ahead and redo this. It's, like I said, my most used way for it. And it's handy because we do change our mind or screw up like I just did. Oh, Miss Patricia's saying the audio is much better than last week. Yeah, they had a new feature that I engaged, and I thought, oh, that'll be really good. Yeah, it wasn't. Okay, and Heaven Best. All right, so sounds good on your end. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, I had no idea it sounded so awful until I was editing the video to put up the replay. I went, oh my goodness. Because, of course, I'm hearing me, and I'm thinking I'm sounding good. All right. Neatness counts, so it was worth taking it up to do that right. Okay, so now we will use some more of our Stampin' Seal. And like I said, I want to go along this edge, and I can go off because this is going to go on a card base yet. And I just like that. I think it's fun to go off the edge, but still within the envelope because it has to fit in the envelope. And this right here. All right, so let's do this. Let's put some seal on this side, but on the other, because I've got this bulk underneath and it's sitting on top of it, we've got Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, so, and these are going to work out just perfectly. I don't use the mini nearly as often as I use the bigger ones, but when I need them, fabulous. All right, so let's pick up one of these small foam adhesive dots, and this is going to let it sit nice and straight. So it's worth having these, because for me to cut that down to the right size, which you could do with the bigger ones, or if you got the foam adhesive, but you know, they've got products to make it easy so we can just keep moving with what we're doing. And I press down with my thumbnail, and that makes that edge pop up, so it's easy to peel this off. Okay. Okay, Miss Carla says her first time catching me live. Oh, I'm so glad you did. And I'll put it up again, but you'll have to make sure you get the hashtag Spring Mini in with another comment to be entered into my drawing if you have a US address. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so then it came to the card base. I do have embellishments. I haven't forgotten yet. Trying to decide what color, and I did this. Thought that's very nice on the blueberry bushel. And I thought I'd ask your opinion. And then I went on to the basic white, and like, for me, it was my favorite between the two. It was a hard pick, but I liked it. All right, so now we will use the regular dimensionals, because giving it a lift, these foam adhesive dots, just adds so much. The other one was for, you know, so it was sitting right and looked good, but this is just purely for looks. And one in each corner and one in the center for more support. And again, we'll just press down with our thumbnail, and that makes this come up. There we go. Oh, I'm a little cattywampus. Let's come over here. That is so sharp. It just looks like a winter wonderland, even though we have no snow here in Michigan, and I'm fine with that. Although some people had and it's still going on, some really rough weather out in Nebraska and that way. So we just feel for those people and hope everyone gets where they need to safely. And so then, these are the 4-pack, the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. And blueberry bushel is one of them, and the way they glow. So this is where I use my spatula as well. Press down so the adhesive is sticking to the acetate, and not sticking to the acetate, but to the gem. One here, and then a smaller one. And anyone who's been with me for any length of time knows Grandma's rule. We have to do odd numbers. And we'll bring one down over into right about there. Didn't that turn out sweet? Miss Miata, is that it? I like the white card base, yeah, rather than the blue. Classier. I thought so too. Oh, from Dayton, Ohio. I thought so too. I agree with you. But you know, I respect other opinions, and if I had gotten one with that blueberry bushel, I would have thought, oh, that's such a pretty card. And so there we go. This beautiful, beautiful bundle, and both are retiring, the stamp set and the dies, but I think you see that you want both the stamp set and dies. And so, and when you do order them together using the bundle item number discount, and if you're watching me on YouTube, that is underneath the video, the link to it, you save 10% on both. But remember, this is retiring and available only through January 3rd, 2024 in my online store, unless supplies run out first. That can happen. People see how beautiful something is and it's retiring, and now that Christmas is over, they'll be thinking more about their crafting supplies and picking up the products that are retiring, and they definitely are. So let's show this again one more time to give you all a moment to put in hashtag Spring Mini into the comments, because if that software works as it's supposed to for the drawing, it will only pick your name if it has that in there. And I apologize that I'm not permitted to mail products outside of the United States to anything but a US address. And so if you're in love with this like I am, go ahead and order that in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. All right, what Okay, Miss Chris says, what a cute and simple card. Well, thank you. Yeah, there's just the elegance of this card is just amazing. The stamp set, and then, which trans over to the card is just gorgeous. That whole watercolor washed out look and the depth that we have of color. I mean, wow, amazing. So, all right. Oh, and we got Spring Mini into there, so we're giving people a chance. Let's keep this here. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go over to that other screen. I need to put this up here. Okay, and I need to go to another screen. Oh, Miss Patricia, I really love the blue and white. Yeah. So let's do this. We're going to have our drawing, and this is supposed to come up right on the screen. Oh, and it is. That is so much fun. Our winner is Heaven Best 202. So you know what? I know you put your name in. I don't recall. Oh, right there. Oh, and you just commented. My favorite color is the blue, and oh, fantastic. So, okay, Miss Heaven Best 202, I'd have to scroll back up and I'm not seeing your name. I'm not sure I know who you are, so send an email to Shelly, and I can't write on here, SHELLY at stampingsmiles.com, or I will go ahead and post on Facebook on my Stamping Smiles page, facebook.com/stampingsmiles, and somehow get a hold of me so I know I can get your address to know, oh, here, I'm talking, and so I know where to mail your full package of these. These are just so adorable, the hearts and flowers. They have these with the bee set, which is so, so cute. Oh my goodness. And the software worked. Life is good. Congratulations. You're getting congratulations. That's fantastic. What a nice group that we have here. And the audio's better. Yay. That software worked for the drawings, and I'll make it easier next time. We don't have to have a hashtag. Well, hopefully that'll work without it, because I think it will. And I'm so glad you joined me. I trust you all had a wonderful Christmas with friends and family. And now we look forward to a new year, new beginnings. I don't know, anyone ready to go on a diet? I've been pretty naughty myself, thinking, I might have to get my act together in the new year. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Get on over to my online store to grab this magical metal bundle and anything else retiring before supplies run out or they're just no longer available. And you can do that in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I'm seeing some congratulations for our drawing winner, and that's so sweet. And I'm going to wish you a good evening. I'm Shelly Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and please give the video, if you haven't already, a thumbs up. It helps me with ranking, just for visibility. It's a fantastic thing. Thanks for watching.